Hello, hello. Hello, Marina and Will. How are you both doing? My controller gonna work? There we go. Time for more of this shit. Oh, I need to open the actual hit counter, don't I? Oops. I completely forgot that I actually need to open this thing. There we go. Is my controller just not gonna work? Okay. Still at work. Yeah. Guess I'm kind of lucky that I finished work earlier. Because I have more of the day left. Guess it just kind of helps. Or at least I find it nicer, because then you sort of... Because I wake up and then immediately go to work and then get home earlier, so there's more time to do stuff in the evening. Rather than... No, I don't want to give the charm. No, rather than, like, it's sort of splitting my evening in half or whatever. Hello? Oh, not this shit. There we go. Okay, this is a scuffed first run. Didn't get anything sorted out. Oh, that's a really cool first one. I mean, at least it got rid of the scuff. Now that I've actually opened everything and sorted everything out, there's no scuff to ruin it. Oh yeah, if you have weekends mostly free, then I'm sure it's okay. Or like the odd day finishing earlier is also nice, but... Because I don't really get weekends, so... I mean, yeah, that's not great, but... You know, I get the days elsewhere and tend to finish quite early, so... It's really not that bad. Yeah, like, I very rarely finish. I think the latest I've finished is like 6:30. From starting at 8, I think that's the latest. I have had to do like 9 to 11 before, but honestly that wasn't that bad because it was really quiet. Like we didn't have much to do. So but normally I finish nowhere near that late. So I do have most of the evening. Yeah, so I did a 9 AM to 11 PM once. Which, yeah, honestly wasn't even that bad. It wasn't that bad, but I still wouldn't really want to do it again. I mean, it basically meant I could have a extra day, well, not an extra day off, but you know, I effectively did 2 days work then, so that then I could just have like 1 day completely off. So it worked out fine in the end, but yeah, in the end it was okay, but honestly, it wasn't ideal. And hello, Usama. Hope you're doing okay as well. We went to the pub again. Nice. I'm assuming you didn't get... I'm assuming you didn't drink that much. Yeah, I'm really not a big drinker. Like, generally, that's the most I normally have is maybe like 2 or 3 drinks. Like, I can handle more, I just don't like drinking that much. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, yeah, you didn't drink much then. Yeah, I'm just not a massive fan of it, to be honest. Like, I do it for like social stuff, but not really like just because. I don't really just voluntarily have a drink that often. For the UK, it's 18 to... It's 18 to, like, buy a drink in a bar or something. In, like, restaurants and things, I think the age is 16, but in, like, a pub or to buy a drink on its own is 18. 5 months to go. Yeah, I think there's a weird law when it comes to like beers and stuff. I think that there's like a weird situation for it to be 16. But I think it's 16 if like you're in a restaurant, it's with a meal, you're accompanied by an adult, and I think you're allowed like beer, wine or cider or something like that. think for that it's 16, and then anything else, or you know, just getting a drink on its own type thing is 18. So I normally have a drink, like if I go out for a meal, I'll have a drink then, but I very rarely just like go to a pub, like with friends or anything, to just have drinks. I normally only ever do it with a meal. Okay, please be kind. Don't give me an instant reset. I missed. He missed. What is going on? What is going on with this fight? Please give me a stagger. Don't tell me it was cancelled by the death blow. I'm assuming it was, given he hasn't staggered yet. I almost mistimed that because the thing was blocking my vision. Okay. Well, it's an early run past Gyobu, so that's something. Yeah, because last stream, we took like an hour and a half to get past Bull. Or past Genichiro, or whatever it was. So let's hope that's not the case here. Did get a spare Gatchin though, which can help. So hopefully we're going to be able to get through the castle without too many difficulties. My Bull is normally very kind, I just screwed up the fight quite a bit last time. Didn't really do anything rough per se. And then Genichiro should also be fine. Like I say, at this point I just need to get runs going and just be doing a ton of attempts. Because I have all the parts like down individually, I just need a run where they all come together. Like the run on, what was it, Saturday was really good because I wasn't really paying attention. Like because I wasn't focusing on the run and wasn't really paying attention, then we just kind of got to Fountainhead. And I kind of need a run like that where I'm not hyper fixated on it and just doing the run. No stagger. Okay, not entirely sure what Bull is doing. Okay, this Bull is definitely slightly misbehaving, but nothing I can't handle. I did not want to go for its head there. Okay, should run into a wall. And don't get death blow memed. Nice. Hopefully we can just get this run past Genichiro and on its way. So I don't want to be stuck in the early game for too long. Yeah, I don't really like food shopping that much either, to be fair. Because I don't know, I guess this is probably just a me thing, but I see cooking more of like as a chore than a hobby. Like, because you have to do it, I kind of see it as a chore. And I'm not the biggest fan of it, so I think like food shop and things also just kind of seems like a chore for me. Like, I do sometimes enjoy making stuff, but most of the time it's just, oh, I need to eat. So I need to either cook something or buy something. Yeah, I don't want to cook it. I don't want to have to shop for it, but yeah, I kind of have to. I'd say sometimes I do enjoy it, or like some things I do enjoy making, but most of the time it's just oh yeah, I kind of need to eat something, so I better cook. And it's just expensive. Okay. Got Genichiro. Yeah, food is really expensive now. Like, even just trying to buy the sort of cheap stuff to use isn't that cheap. I don't know, I guess like a lot of the sort of like house upkeep things that some people see as hobbies, I'm just not really into. Like also things like gardening. Like that's not a hobby to me, that's just pain. I'd say things like cooking and gardening to me are just stuff that needs doing rather than like hobbies or anything. I guess gardening's not as bad because you don't need to do it every day, but I guess it's not as expensive, but still I don't really like enjoy doing it. I guess there are a lot of things like that where, you know, it's either like a hobby or a chore. Or like something that needs doing, but you can either think of it as a hobby or a chore, I guess. But yeah, for me, for the most part, anything to do with like upkeep related is just a chore. You know, anything that you kind of have to do, I find difficult to be like, oh yeah, I do this for fun when it's like, or I really enjoy doing this when it's kind of a you have to do it anyway. So, you know, it's kind of irrelevant if you have to do it anyway, whether you enjoy it or not. Okay, let's not get hit by the dog. Good. Still can't believe I managed to lose a run to that dog on Saturday. Pretty impressive one to lose to. That's it, I guess I have just had a lot of like super random hits recently. Like random dogs or bugs or like the most random mob. Yeah, I can cook like a very limited array of things. Like it's enough that it's not the same, you know, like 2 or 3 things on repeat, but I can't just be like, oh yeah, I fancy having so and so today and just make it. You know, if I want to make it, then I kind of need to... I kind of need to practice it for a while. Well, like, I don't want to be like, oh yeah, I want to have this, and then make it once, decide that I, you know, hate it because of how badly I made it, and then just not have it again. So I tend to stick to like the same things at the moment, but I am at least trying to learn to make more stuff. I definitely used to not be able to cook for my life. Or I could maybe make like one thing. At least now I've kind of learnt more than that. That happened again. This hasn't happened in like 3 years, and now it's happened twice in a week. I've not been hit by that guy in 3 years, and now, say, twice in a week or two. Fuck my life. Why is it always the most random enemy? It's always the most random ass enemy that hasn't hit me in 3 years, and then, oh yeah, twice in the last week. No, like, never hits me when I did speed runs or just playthroughs, but now that I do Hitless, apparently it's a sniper. Yeah, so like the stuff I can cook, or like the stuff I make often, I'm pretty good at making, but I wouldn't say I'm necessarily bad at cooking, but it's just not a hobby. So like, sometimes I'll just pull something random out of a cookbook or like online thing and see what happens, but I mean, sometimes they turn out good and I'll do them again, but they do quite frequently just sort of turn out to be a sort of one and done thing of like, oh, I had these 3 things to use up, just chuck them together and see what happens. I guess if you've been vegetarian for a while, then it's probably easier to move to vegan compared to just sort of like going there from the start. So I have a lot of friends that are like vegetarian. And because they all sort of moved a while ago, you know, it's quite easy for them now, but I guess when you just, like, when you've only just moved and then you're trying to find things to make, whatever, it's probably quite difficult. Especially if you're used to meat and things. Yeah, after a while it's probably like quite an easy thing. Something you're used to. Yeah, personally I could probably never do it, but I think I do have a few friends that like are vegetarian or vegan, and they seem to be doing fine with it and with like cooking stuff for it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a like, are you used to it or not? Because yeah, I guess recently, definitely in the last few years, there's been a lot more like products and things to help with it. It's also just from like, you know, from my family's perspective, like no one in my immediate family is vegetarian, or like my grandparents or cousins or anything. You know, so I've never like been, I guess, around it, you could say. So I guess then, you know, it's just going to be more difficult for me, or like I'm more used to like non-vegetarian stuff just because my entire family is. You know, take care, Marina. Hope you have a nice evening. Yeah, I don't think I could go vegetarian at any point. I'm just kind of too used to it, I guess. Okay, easy ogre. Hour left of work? Probably go quite quick. Only an hour left. Normally the last hour. I don't know, I kind of feel like the last hour of work is either the quickest hour or the slowest hour. Like, kind of varies. For me, it was generally pretty quick. But I guess it depends if you're, like, waiting to leave or not. Like, if you are just waiting to leave and nothing else, then it probably goes really slowly. I mean, my mum like eats some vegetarian stuff, but she's definitely not vegetarian. And that's like the closest thing we have in our family. It's basically sometimes at a restaurant she may order the vegetarian option, or like some cooking things. I guess part of it comes from her being allergic to things like gluten and dairy. Sometimes it's easier to pick the vegetarian option, like buy vegetarian like products at the supermarket or whatever. But you know, she definitely isn't a vegetarian. No, hello. Okay. Don't know what Gyobu's doing there. What is this guy doing? What is the camera doing? Okay, please stop just hiding in this corner. What is the camera doing? Okay, I think that's GG. That was an interesting fight. Horse. At least that's 2 Gyobus in a row. At least it's 2 Gyobus. Seems we are long past the days where it would take like 5 or 6 attempts to make it past Gyobu, which is very fortunate. I guess Saturday, Tuesday stream-wise is kind of like, what, 3 days between streams? But that's kind of how it happens. And also it gives me a break to work and do other shit. Say do other stuff, I haven't really done anything that I'm supposed to be doing like over the weekend. Because this entire weekend I basically just played Star Rail, like the entire weekend. Did basically nothing else. No like work or anything that I'm supposed to get done. Okay, why is my R1 dropping? I swear I'm holding R1 there. Yeah, I aired you slightly less. We'll call that a positive. Okay, this is not a good position. I mean, you must be getting on pretty well with your DS2 playthrough then. I guess if you have, what, like 3 of the souls? I can never remember what the souls are called in DS2. If they're like Lord Souls or Great Souls, I can never remember what they're called. I think DS2 is very like hit or miss in places. Primal Souls, maybe. So I can never remember what they're called. I think Lord Souls might be DS1. They might be Great Souls, they might be Primal Soul. There are the Primal Bonfires. I'm pretty sure that's the stuff you need to light. So Primal Bonfires, I don't know what the actual souls are called. Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. But like, I always know what I mean when I say them. Or like, you know that, you know, if someone says like the 4 like big souls in DS2, you know the 4 that they're on about. So I guess it's not the most important thing. So there might be Great Souls. They could be whatever. So I haven't played DS2 in... probably getting close to 3 years at this point. Or maybe like 2.5. So I'm kind of forgotten some stuff about that game. Yeah, Black Gulch is not the best area. The entire sort of sequence down to Rotten, with like Grave of Saints, Gutter and Black Gulch is kind of bad. Like the Gutter I really do not like, because you can't see anything and it's all just like platforms over a drop. I mean, I think the Black Gulch is fine because you can just run through it. Which, you know, I guess it's not the biggest compliment when the best thing about the area is the fact that you can just run straight through it. But, you know, at least you can basically just sprint to the Rotten. But it definitely helps for high new game or like new playthroughs, whatever, that you can kind of just sprint there. But say it's not exactly a redeeming quality when you can just run through an area. Grave of Saints is the place with the rat boss. Well, that's the thing, I can't really remember it other than, oh yeah, it's where Rat Vanguard is. I can't really remember anything else about it other than the boss that's there. Grave of Saints is basically there if you haven't got enough like HP yet to survive the drop all the way down to the gutter. It's like, oh yeah, you haven't got enough HP, take this path instead. Yeah, good old Mohawk Rat. Definitely a boss design. Like, DS2 has a lot of those moments, I feel. But like, you walk into a arena or you walk into a room or something and you see like just an enemy and then a boss health bar appears and you're like, oh, this is a boss. I feel like DS2 has a lot of those moments. Where it just doesn't seem like a boss and then the game tells you that actually this is a boss. I feel like Skeleton Lords are kind of another one like that. Where it's just sort of enemies in a room. I mean, Skeleton Lords does have like a cool thing where when you kill like the actual lords, they burst into a ton of skeletons. So I guess it can get like difficult to manage if you kill the lords really quickly and then are just chasing around an absolute fuck ton of skeletons, but they're still easy enough. Like in fairness to DS2, a lot of the bosses do have those kind of like gimmicky things about them. You know, they're not like full-blown gimmick bosses, but they have these little extra things about them. You know, like Mytha and the Poison Arena. Like Covetous Demon has a really cool grab attack, but where it like unequips all of your items, but he never does it, and even when he does it, you know, you have about 10 business days to get out of the way. And yeah, I guess that's the other thing. But I think Demon Souls and DS1 had fog walls in like random places, you know, for loading zones and things. But for all the other games now, they're always a boss. So it doesn't really have that same sort of like anticipation. Because instead of being like, oh, is this a boss? Is this not? Am I prepared for it yet? You just get to fog wall and it's like, okay, this is a boss. And you know it's a boss. So you can kind of prepare that way. Which I guess kind of takes away the like anticipation or unknown factor a bit, but I don't really think it necessarily harms like the game in any way. Like it's just kind of a thing with, you know, we don't need to put as many things in now because we can load the area. So I don't really think it's a bad thing. I say it would be cool if they still had them, but I'm not, like, complaining or, like, begging them to come back or anything. It's just one of those things that I guess gives the older FromSoft games a bit of charm. Okay, Armoured Warrior behaved. And like Sekiro just doesn't have fog walls. Like, I know I'm saying that as I'm literally running into a fog wall, but that's only to like keep you in a boss arena once like the fight has started. Like Sekiro doesn't actually have fog walls in the sense of like you go through one before a boss. They're only to sort of lock you in the arena. But you know, you're not like running up to something, seeing a fog wall and like, oh, okay, this is a boss. You just kind of run into an open space. Even on retrying boss attempts, there's not like fog walls up. So yeah, I know the timing there was maybe a bit ironic, but like still makes my point. Because say that fog wall is only there to keep you on that bridge while the fight is going on. You know, just like with any other fog wall in a Souls game that sort of blocks the path forwards until you beat the boss. Most random boss arena? I mean, I guess there are kind of two ways you could answer that. Like, you could either say, what is the most, why is there a boss here arena? You know, it could be like, why the hell would they put a boss here? Or it could be, you know, like you walk into a normal room or whatever and then a boss spawns and it's like, oh, you know, not why is there a boss here, but like, you know, you weren't expecting a boss to be there. I think Ancient Wyvern from DS3 could definitely be a contender for that. Like, I kind of feel for me, especially like when you look at the quote-unquote arena, it looks like just part of the area. But then, like, the Ancient Wyvern flies in. Yeah, I guess Wyvern is more for the second way, where it kind of surprises you when a boss shows up. I'm trying to think of one where it's like, why is there a boss here? So Ancient Wyvern is just like a surprising one. But I wouldn't really say it's why is there a boss here. It's just, you know, if there were going to be a boss here, that's not what I would have expected. Like, if you're being... Like, I don't really think it's a good answer, but I guess in a way you could say a lot of sort of overworld Elden Ring bosses are just kind of there, but... You know, if we talk about, like, proper Souls games, then... Yeah, Rat Vanguard. There is... I'm not going to say the name, but there's definitely one that you're coming up to, Will, in your playthrough that I also feel is kind of, why is there a boss here? I think Covetous Demon you could make an argument for. I'm trying to think if there's anyone in DS1 that just kind of shows up. Like, is there anyone in DS1 that just shows up? I wouldn't really say Old Iron King, to be fair. I think that one is perfectly fine. Butterfly, maybe? I guess this... Okay, this one maybe doesn't really count, but... I would kind of also say Sanctuary Guardian. Not because it's like a whatever boss, but... just because you probably wouldn't expect, like, a boss that early into a DLC. Like, literally the first, like, enemy you meet... like, the first thing you do in the DLC is fight a boss. So not necessarily anything against Sanctuary Guardian, but just kind of, you know, catching you off guard that you wouldn't expect a boss that early. But I don't think there's any in Sekiro. Like, you could argue Double Ape, maybe? But A, that's only if you killed the other ape first. And B, like, even if you went through that room beforehand, like, it is a massive open room. Like, you know, with a lot of these games, even if a boss doesn't show up, you can kind of look at an open room and be like, something's gonna be here. Or you can kind of just look at it and be like, this is a boss arena. Which I guess is the case with Double Ape. You know, even if you do what, like, we do in this run, where you skip it, you can still kind of tell something is probably gonna be here. I mean, maybe Armored Warrior, but... I don't know, to be fair. So as far as, like, major Sekiro bosses go, there's not really a... why is there a boss here? Oh yeah, for mini-boss placements, they can kind of just be scattered around the world. But not really major bosses, I'd say. I mean, there are some other drunkards, because there are actually 4 drunkards in the game, and we only fight 2 of them this run. But there are another 2. Like, one of them, I think, is a perfectly fine position. The other one, I think, is in a really weird and unexpected position. Well, they're not, like, called drunkards per se. They have other names, but they're, like, the same enemy. They have the same sort of moveset, but just changed up a bit. Or, like, you know, instead of poison, it's fire. That sort of thing. So even if they're called something different, they're still... like, the base enemy is a drunkard. Because there's one in the forest after this area. And there's also one in the Ashen Outskirts revisit after killing Divine Dragon. That was close as fuck. I didn't have time to turn my camera. Snake Eyes gave me awful RNG, and then I didn't really have time to turn my camera around fully before the sniper shot, so I just kind of spammed dodge and hoped. Because I play on like a really low camera sense. Yeah, I play on 4 camera speed. So I didn't have time to like turn my camera around to see what the sniper was doing. So I just kind of had to spam dodge and pray. Yeah, the room we just ran through, like that open room after the sniper that we grappled out of, is where you fight Double Ape. Saying you'd have to run past the third drunkard if you didn't do this jump here. That's the thing, it's a big open space, you can kind of, like, even though there's nothing there at the moment, like, it's a big open space, so you can kind of maybe see, like, oh yeah, that's, you know, that could be a boss, or like an enemy could show up there at some point. But, you know, if you haven't already run through there, then you kind of just see it and there's a boss there and it's like, yeah, whatever. But I guess if you've already run through and then come back and there's a boss there, it could sort of catch you off guard a bit. Especially since it's an ape that you've already seen. I mean, Capra Demon's a weird one in my opinion. I wouldn't really say it's like shows up randomly, because like it's at the end of the area. So I wouldn't really say it just kind of shows up because it is to finish off an area, but I guess like, you know, it's more just like the boss arena being there, or like how small it is quite random. I don't know, I wouldn't really say Capra Demon just kind of shows up out of nothing. Like, it's a random arena, and the arena looks really dumb, but... like, when you reach the end of an area in a Souls game, you expect a boss of some description. I guess it just depends on how quickly you reach the end of the area. But that says more about the area than the boss, I guess. Like, if you get to the end really quickly, and then there's a boss there at the end of the area, then that's kind of more about, like, oh, the area's short, rather than why is there a boss here. I mean, I think the Capra Demon arena is fine. I think Capra Demon plus the dogs is fine. But Capra Demon plus the dogs in that arena is a fucking nightmare. Like, either of those things individually, like Capra Demon with the dogs in a normal arena, or Capra Demon by itself in that arena would be fine. But having to deal with the dogs and the arena is just quite something. Whoa, that was fucking close. I mean, Cat Demon is definitely one of the fights where if you don't, like, clear the pack quickly, you're going to have a world of hurt. Like, if you don't get the dogs quickly, you're in trouble. Time for phase 2. I wonder if getting the spear would be worth it here. Just like extra damage. Okay, I do not feel comfortable there. Normally I would have done 2 mortal draws, but if he screamed I wouldn't have been able to run behind him. So I might have got caught in the... So I've been caught in the terror. Because like normally you run behind him like this. But I don't think in that situation I had enough space to do it. With that being said though, that was a pretty decent ape. But I don't think I got clipped at all by the terror. Like, it did do its really quick terror scream, which is always a really nervous attack, but I don't think I got clipped by it. Like, I would have lost a lot more HP than that. You know, there'd be a visible dent in my health bar. And also the terror status would have popped up on the screen. So yeah, I didn't get hit by it. It is a really nervous attack though, because the scream is so quick on that attack in particular. Yep, so next we need to deal with Owl. So we need to pray that he gives us good RNG and we'll like get in the corner really quickly. Because Owl is actually quite a scary one for me. Like if he doesn't just instantly get in the corner, then it's really difficult to actually put him in. And I also don't know like the no-hit strategy for fighting him without the corner cheese. I know there is one, but I don't know it. So if the corner goes wrong, I'm always just kind of screwed trying to put him back in the corner. Okay, here's the hoping that Owl will behave. He does not. Holy fuck. Ow, you do not know when to calm down. I'm surprised that worked. Is he in the corner? Yeah. Okay, Fountainhead. That was such a scuffed owl fight. Oh my god, he did not want to cooperate. He did not want to cooperate there. Especially on the initial part where I was forced into the corner myself and the camera, like he was basically really close to my camera and I couldn't really see what he was doing properly. But we got through it. Notice how big Owl is? I mean, Owl is big, but that's also kind of a game design thing. Like, all of the humanoid bosses in Sekiro, and also for most FromSoft games, most of the humanoid bosses will be bigger than the player. Basically so that you can see what they're doing. Because like, if the boss is the same size as the player, or like the enemy's the same size as the player, then their attacks can sort of be hidden behind the player model. Because of the camera, like attacks with their arms or legs or whatever can sort of be hidden by the player. So for like bosses and fights, you make the actual like boss model. Wait, what am I doing? Then yeah, then you make the actual boss model like way bigger than the player so they can see what the boss is doing. And that the like parts of the boss that are going to be attacking, like the hands or the legs or whatever, aren't like obscured by the player itself. I mean, yeah, there are bosses that are smaller, but like generally speaking, like for humanoid bosses, they'll make the human, like they'll make the boss version way bigger. Did I know True Monk is next? It may have crossed my mind, yes. So what the fuck am I doing? I've completely forgotten how to do this dialogue. I mean, I guess it could be for intimidation, but most of the time, like, but in most cases, they have like different models. So they have a model for like when they're just an NPC, which they'll be like normal human size. And then they'll have a model for when they're a boss where they'll be way bigger than the player. Yeah, good old time for True Monk. I love the way that I'm just like listening in here through like a gap in the wall, just like a missing plank. Like surely the sculptor or Emma can see me there. Like Emma's literally looking directly at that gap in the wall. Like how does she not see me just listening in there? No, Lady Butterfly is after Divine Dragon. So I do all of Fountainhead first. And then we'll go and do Butterfly. Basically just to get as much attack power as possible so that we can melt her. Because Lady Butterfly is actually a really scary boss to do hitless. Like Deathless she's fine, but actually doing it hitless she's actually really difficult. In my opinion. Especially the second phase, so we just get as much attack power as we can to try and melt her. Okay. True Monk. No, the owl bell doesn't lock you out of Lady Butterfly. Basically, the game just won't let you do Owl's version of Hirata until you've done the Lady Butterfly version. So if you have both bells and like enter Hirata, it will automatically enter the first one until you beat Lady Butterfly. And if you only have Owl's bell, it just won't let you enter. Because you need to do Butterflies first. Honestly, yeah, that was a pretty chill True Monk. Like, she didn't really do anything spooky. What the hell do I get? Like, you can get locked out of both bells though. Like, if you kill Divine Dragon, you're locked out of getting the Father Bell. And you're also basically locked out of the other bell unless you pick it up before you warp anywhere. Like, if you haven't got the Lady Butterfly Bell and kill Divine Dragon, then it will be there as like a drop on the woman's corpse. But if you ever reload the area or like warp anywhere, it will despawn. So you can get that bell after Divine Dragon, but you need to go there straight away. Otherwise it's gone. And you're locked out of it. And then say Owl's Bell, if you don't get it before Divine Dragon, you're just locked out. Yeah, I wasn't about to do a bridge jump. Luckily, Monk was basically in the complete middle of the arena, so I could pretty safely do the head stomps. Yeah, I did consider that, Will. I'm going to try not to. It would be pretty funny if I did get hit by the fish again, though. I know there is a way to like get through the cave without the fish even seeing you, but I don't think I ever did it. I should probably learn that just for absolute safety. But I don't think a hitless run is the time to like start trying new things. You know, hello Madhu, hope you're doing okay. Nice to see you. Okay, yeah, so last time it was just me not trusting that I had the time to do an extra dash, which is what got me killed. But that time I just trusted myself that I could dash. Okay, so I need to go and get the echoes. No complete embarrassment there. Oh, you failed Deathless in Sunken Valley. Oh, that's a shame. Was it a gun fort? Like, did you get shot off the bridge or something? Because, I mean, Sunken Valley in general is a really rough area. Like, there's a lot of things that can easily get you killed there. Like, gun fort is one, ape. The poison, like, swamp at the bottom. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that can easily get you killed. Oh, the snake cave. Yeah, I guess that's another one. Because even if you, like, puppeteer the monkey, it's still quite, like, tight on timing to actually make it past the snake. Okay, old dragons. The confetti just helps with vitality damage. Like, even when you're not against, like, ghosts or anything, confetti just gives you a 25% vitality damage increase. Which is just a helpful little thing for a bit more damage. Okay, who am I still missing? Those two. Fellas, can you come over here, please? How are you still alive? I'm just going to wait for another tree. I don't trust just hitting it down while the other ones are around here. Hello? But what are you doing? Okay, dragon. I mean, Divine Dragon is actually pretty straightforward to hitless. Now watch me get hit now that I've said that, but it's a pretty straightforward one. Even like all of the final attacks. Like, watch me get hit now that I said how easy this is to hitless, but the final flourish you can just kind of sprint away from. I mean, I think I've been hit by Dragon when I did Immortal Severance runs. It's like the shorter version of this, where you don't do Hirata. But I've been hit by Dragon while doing a Purification run, but it's not been my first hit. Like, it's been like my second or third hit, or whatever. I've already been hit. No, I haven't lost a run to Dragon on Purification attempts. Dude, what are you doing? Okay, now it should be big combo. Yeah, so you can just like run away from the... You can just run away. And yeah, if you don't lock on, you can get memed. Yeah, if you don't lock on for that final lightning, you can miss. I think I've always just locked on out of habit. I think I might have not locked on like once or twice and it missed, realised it missed, and then was just like, okay, we lock on. We just always lock on from now. Okay. We are off to Hirata. Oh boy. The best place in the game. Okay, this is going to sound really weird. And Will, I know you're going to love this. Even now that we're going to Hirata, I am not feeling worried at all. I've only ever felt slightly nervous or worried at one point in this run. And it was True Monk. The only time I've actually been nervous so far this run was True Monk. Do Witch Reflection. What do you mean for the Dragon's Tears, Madhu? Yeah, so we need to kill Dragon to get the Dragon Tears, because it's like what you need to break the immortality for like Kuro. It's like the last item you need to sever immortality. Which is why we do it. Oh yeah, you get the Dragon Tears, well, like key items. But they're just an automatic drop from the dragon. Like, you don't need to do reflections or anything. That's made you happy now. I'm sure it has. But seriously, True Monk is the only place in this run that I've felt nervous. Although I'm sure, like, as we start getting to, like, Drunkard Butterfly, then the nerves are going to ramp up, but... Come on. Oh my god, there's a dude here. Why are you this close? I mean, yeah, normally I don't feel nervous about True Monk. I am very confident on that fight. I actually feel it's one of the easier fights in the game. But I've been hit there on Hitless runs like twice. And now it's like the most nerve-wracking thing ever. Because I feel 100% confident, like I can Hitless it every single time without fail. But then those two hits always make me a bit nervous. Because I have failed before. Yeah, what I'm saying is Will got into my head once. I lost one run to True Monk, and now it's like the most impossibly difficult thing ever. Okay, time for a bit of focus mode for Drunkard. I just need to pray that he doesn't do the bullshit attack that I do not know how to handle. I mean, it's not really a bullshit attack, I just don't know how to handle it. You gonna de-aggro? Where the fuck are you? Oh, he's there. Is he gonna de-aggro at all? My guy, what are you doing? Why is he aggroed? Hello? Gee, don't know why that took him so long to de-aggro. Okay, don't do the bullshit move. Yeah, it's always rough to lose a Deathless run. Especially when you get really far. Oh boy. You know how I said that True Monk was the only place I've been nervous? That is no longer the case. Oh, fucking Lady Butterfly. Oh no. Oh boy. Here goes nothing. Holy fuck, we actually got a Hitless butterfly. We've lost 3 Hitless runs to her. And we made it past 1 time. Okay, now this shit is really getting real. This is the first time I've been to Hirata 2 on a Hitless. This is the first time we're doing Hirata 2 Hitless. Or going there. Mortal Draw, Blood Smoke, 2 Gatchines, because I got an extra Confetti Echo. Okay, so I want to have a Gatchine out. Hirata 2. I'm so worried about this drunkard. He's not dead. Father Owl. Okay, Owl, you are my favourite fight in the entire fucking game. Just act like it. I was supposed to do a double. We're going to Ishin. We're going to Ishin. Oh, fuck. That's the first time I've done a completely hitless Hirata in a run. I've never done a fully hitless Hirata 1 and 2 back-to-back in a run before. Okay. I have Mortal Draw on. I have 3 Confetti, 3 Echoes, 11 attack power. I'm not missing any memories. I have all of these skills I want. It's just a Sword Saint. Okay. Yes! Fucking finally. Fucking finally. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking shit. Oh, actually fucking did it. Actually fucking did it. There it is. Purification ending, hitless and damageless. Holy fuck. I am normally way more aggressive in that Sword Saint fight. I am normally so much more aggressive in that Sword Saint fight, but I was scared shitless. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Thank you all for the GGs. That was... So I was so scared in that Sword Saint fight. I never play him that passively. I'm never that passive with Sword Saint. Holy fuck. Oh dear. I guess next is all memories. Oh boy. Yeah, so all memories is that run plus 2 more bosses. So it's basically that exact same run again, and then another 2 bosses on top of that. Although I don't think I'll do these 2 bosses like right at the end. Like one of them will definitely be somewhere in the middle, and then the other one might be... The other one will probably be right before Sword Saint. So I'll probably kill Father Owl and then do Demon. But Headless Ape will probably just be like after Dragon or something. To try and get me more attack power. Say, because I can't do Headless Ape until I've killed Guardian Ape, and I can't do Demon until I've killed Divine Dragon. Headless Ape, I kind of want to wait until even later, like maybe after Dragon, so that I hopefully have enough attack power to just like melt it down and don't have to worry about it. Because if you're fighting 2 apes at the same time, it's basically over. And then Demon I'll probably do as close to the end as possible to give myself as much attack power as I can and give myself the best chance. Yeah, it's not going to be Deathless. Hopefully it's going to be Hitless and Damageless. Hopefully it will also be Hitless and Damageless. There we go. Sekiro Purification ending, Hitless and Damageless. Yeah, Deathless is a lot of fun. But like our goal is Hitless Damageless. I mean, let's just go and have a look at these 2 bosses now. Like we've got the runs, there's no risk of me being hit anymore. Like we've beaten the game, we've got the run, who cares if I get hit now? Oh right, I can't go to him, can I? Let's just go and check out these 2 bosses to see what we're going to have to deal with in a run. I don't have the spear. I don't... Can you get it after Divine Dragon? That I actually don't... Because I was going to go and get firecrackers, but I just remembered that... Actually, no, I can get them on the way. Actually, no, wait, I can go and get firecrackers. Because ideally, I would have, like, an Akko sugar and hopefully just be able to melt the, like, melt the actual boss ape. Yeah, I think I can get firecrackers on the way to Demon. But they might help. So we're just going to basically check out the two bosses. Basically just check out these two bosses, see what we're dealing with, and then I guess tomorrow we're going to start by doing a... I guess tomorrow we're going to start by doing like a baseline run of all memories. And then that's our project for the foreseeable. Can I practice Hitless the next bosses for an hour? I mean, we can maybe do a bit of practice on them, but... I'd say basically tomorrow we're basically going to be going into the run, no real practice or anything, just you know, we're just going to go into the run, do a run of it and see what happens. Doesn't matter how many times we get hit, we're just basically playing through the route to make sure stuff works and, you know, see what it's like. Yeah, you can still get firecrackers from this dude. I mean, say I have only been streaming 2 hours. Like, I wasn't expecting the third run to get it. Because we had the first run which died in tutorial, then we had the run that got hit just before Armored Warrior, and then this run. So yeah, we've only been going 2 hours. Yeah, like, we'll just do these 2 fights just to sort of show what we're playing around with. And then... yeah, only 3 runs is hilarious. And one of those didn't even make it past the first, like, 2 minutes. Okay, double ape. I mean, I'll put a confetti on, but I don't really want to mortal draw because I kind of want to save that for the second phase. Or rather, no, I want to save the emblems for firecrackers for the second phase. Yeah, look at how squishy this guy is. Like, this dude is so unbelievably squishy. Okay, my idea is to just firecracker the other one. You'll see, yeah, that stagger would be a hit in a run. Okay, also, that is the easiest stagger ever. That was like 4 firecrackers. That took like 4 firecrackers to stagger. Or to kill. You know, if this ape wasn't screaming or like wasn't hitting me, then... I wonder what the better strategy is. Do you think it's going to be better to... I wonder if it's going to be better to try and... like, just burst down this ape here with, like, Mortal Draw or something before the second ape even spawns. Or if it would be better to wait for the second ape to spawn and then try and burst that one down with firecrackers. Well, I wonder which one of those will be better. Because, of course, I didn't have an Acco here. But I probably want to have an Acco for this in the actual run. So with an Acco, maybe it would be possible to just Mortal Draw the main boss. I say maybe just Mortal Draw spamming the main boss would actually work. So it's either Mortal Draw spam the main boss and hope that I kill it before it spawns the second one, or it's let the second one spawn and then hope that I can burst it down with firecrackers, you know, before the actual ape stops me. Ape was holding its head because it's the same ape that... It's the same ape that we killed in the Guardian Ape fight. And then the other one was like its girlfriend or something. Okay, that attack's going to be a problem. Yeah, there's really only like one problematic attack, I think, in this, which is that one. But if you're not right up next to him, you're kind of screwed. I honestly don't think Demon's going to be too bad. Like, outside of that one, like, fireball throw attack, I genuinely don't think this is that tough of a fight. Like, of course nerves are going to play a factor, but... I think as a standalone fight, outside of that one attack, this doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, Demon does have a really cool design. Also really interesting thing about the Demon. Fuck. This is the sculptor. The dude that gave us our prosthetic arm at the beginning of the game and like fit prosthetic tools on. This is him. He's the dude at the temple who was like speaking to Emma when we got the Father Charm, and he's who gave us like the prosthetic at the very beginning of the game so that we could grapple. And he like fit the prosthetic tools when we got like the shuriken and things. No. Well, I can't show you right now because this is him, but I want to try killing Demon, then I'll go onto like a save file and show you. Yeah, from what I can see, or at least from just like fighting him here, Demon only has 2 problematic attacks, which is like the fireball throw and then like that big spin he does at the start of phase 3. Like from what I can tell here, those are the only 2 problematic attacks that I would need to come up with a counter for. Oh, he did something else there. I mean, Demon does have a really cool design, but it's kind of... like, the boss itself is kind of meh. Because it kind of feels more natural to dodge all the attacks. Like, because Sekiro is all about deflecting, and then you get to Demon at the very end of the game, and a lot of the attacks feel more natural to dodge them. So it kind of goes against... in a way goes against the combat system, but I still think it's okay. Yeah, that's the attack that I need to be careful of. This attack is fine. Oh, oops. I can't remember exactly like how it's the sculptor, but I'm pretty sure he just like... I can't remember if he just gets angry or there's a curse on him or something. I can't remember. But yeah, he gets angry and becomes this thing. That's also why he's got like a fiery left arm. Because his left arm is missing like ours is. So the prosthetic that he gave us at the start of the game was actually his old prosthetic. Which is why he's kind of missing the left arm. I didn't even see what he was doing. Yeah, this fight is... I know, it is definitely a difficult fight, so... I don't want to be like too like, oh yeah, this seems fine. Because it is a difficult fight. Apparently that hits you as well. Okay, let me go on a file. Let me get like a save file up. I'm trying to think if I actually have a save file for... for like Demon or anyone. What do you mean, why does it only have one game? Wait, I'm a fucking... I'm a fucking idiot. I just loaded up this file like, oh yeah, I'll just go back to Temple and show you Sculptor, and then I forgot that he's not going to be there on this file. You. Well, because if we actually watched any of the cutscenes... yeah, if we actually watch any of the cutscenes in the game, rather than just skipping them all, at the very start of the game when we fight Genichiro in the tutorial, like, you're supposed to die to him, and when you die to him, or when you beat him, he cuts your arm off. Yeah, this dude is the sculptor. So you can see that he's also missing a left arm. Because that is just kind of there, it's not actually got an arm in it. Actually, we can do that quickly. I'll show it. Because for whatever reason, I actually have like save files for the tutorial boss. Yeah, this, like, you're supposed to lose to Genichiro. You're not supposed to beat him, but for Hitless we have to. So if you do lose, this is the cutscene that happens. So Genichiro just takes your arm clean off. And then you wake up in the temple with the sculptor who's like given you the prosthetic. Yeah, and then you wake up in the temple. I mean, it would have to be a pretty clean cut. Like, it has to be a pretty damn sharp katana. But yeah, that's how it goes. And then you just kind of wake up with a prosthetic arm. Because why the fuck not? Funny thing is, this is the first time I've watched this cutscene in years. I haven't actually seen this in years. Because you just skip everything for speedruns or challenge runs. Because when I'm just doing like normal challenge runs, like not Hitless but just challenge runs, you still just skip all the cutscenes. Because why would you watch them? But yeah. Sculptor. Yeah, that's how he gets his arm. Right, what are we doing? So I'm not actually certain why he... I'm not certain how he becomes a demon, but he just does. Like, there's definitely a reason that it is mentioned in game. I just can't remember it. You know, it's not like one of these like super obscure like lore things. Like, it's just straight up mentioned in game. But and also when you kill Demon Wolf, he thanks you. Trying to think of a save file to get. Watch me play Star Rail, oh boy. I'd say, like, I'm not really sure what to do for the rest of like this stream. Like, I could practice stuff. I could do like a random run of something, but yeah, now watch me fight True Monk with no pressure on me whatsoever. No Hitless run, no pressure, just a normal True Monk fight. That's how easy it is. Played DS2, oh god. I don't actually know where my DS2 file is. Well, I know where it is in terms of like console, but I don't know where it is in like the game. Okay, I'm kind of curious if I can do this. Or like I can remember how to do this. There we go. Yeah, so normally True Monk is supposed to like drop into the arena. I just want to show this because this is cool. Normally when you run up to a certain point, True Monk jumps into the arena. But yeah, with some like cleverly positioned grapples and jumps, you can kind of get up to this tree and True Monk still hasn't dropped in. And what that means is that if you sprint off the edge here and run, you can skip True Monk. You can just completely skip the boss. The Foggle went up, so Monk can't get out. And I'm now on the other side. Honestly, this is probably like my favourite skip in the game. Because it doesn't use like any sort of cool glitches or anything, it's just, you know, grapple on some branches and run. I can still, like, fight it. Like, if she attacks, like, look, I can still deflect and stuff. But we just can't get close enough to each other. And also, as you can probably see, a true monk takes off like a ton of mist around Fountainhead. So if you don't kill true monk before entering Fountainhead, you get a... I'm also going to turn this music down slightly, because it's going to be on. Yeah, before you kill true monk, Fountainhead looks like this. And you cannot see anything. There are a couple places where, like, bosses get rid of mist and something, that if you, like, use glitches to skip into the area, then you can do this. So you can also do it with Mist Noble. Like, the area around Mist Noble and, like, Mibu Village itself is covered in mist. So if you use glitches to skip it, then that area is still completely covered. Yeah, look, you can barely see anything. It does look really cool though. Even though you can't really see anything, it looks really cool. I'm pretty sure the water itself is also really, like, foggy. I just want to see that. Yeah, also look at the health bar. You can see the two boss health bars, like, overlapping. Yeah, let me see what the water's like. Yeah, that's... that's pretty difficult to see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's a wall. I can't tell where I am. Okay, I found the Headless. Yeah, I found the Headless. But yeah. I guess it's just an attack, it likes to kick. Fuck. Yeah, that's why we don't go into this part of the water. Yeah, I seem to remember this is actually like a relatively straightforward glitch to do. Like, just kind of jump off here, left, and up there. Yeah, it's actually a really easy glitch to do. It's not even really a glitch. I'm trying to think if there's any other like cool stuff I can show. Okay, this would be really nice if I could actually do it in runs. But I think I showed this with Demon maybe last week or something. But you can jump up on this tower. And then if you jump across here, and then yeah, you can do the same thing with Gyobu, where he just runs off the edge. So there are actually a lot of bosses you can skip in this game. Like, so to beat the game completely glitchless, you need to kill, I think, at a minimum 13 bosses. With glitches, I think it's 3. I think with glitches it's 3. Also, another really cool thing. I fucked it up. But yeah, it looks funny with Gyobu because you can actually see him run off. Yeah, another cool thing is you can jump on here. And now you can just sort of run around the outside like this. But I'm on PC at the moment. The only stuff I was doing on PlayStation was the Elden Ring 1.0 because I needed like a disc version of the game. But yeah, we can just kind of watch Bull. I'm pretty sure there's also something up here that I can stand on. Yeah, you can stand on something up here. I mean, hang on. I guess we could do this quickly, hang on. Let me plug in my controller. Yeah, I can just check for you quickly. Let me flip over to that. What are we looking at? DS2. Where is it? There. Oh yeah, I can just show this quickly for whatever you might need. I mean, this is the PS4 version of Elden Ring, which, you know, I'm not gonna platinum. Then I've done Bloodborne. Say the only stuff I've missed on DS3 is the stuff that involves Covenants. Done DSR, haven't done anything with Ragnarok. Done Elden Ring, done Sekiro, done Hollow Knight. I think that's farming. Done Code Vein, done DMC5. Demon Souls, I've done everything that I can do without going online, because this stuff is only online. And then Dark Souls 2, Ashes Playroom, Nier Automata, I think there's a ton of farming stuff that I need to do. Yeah, where's DS2? I'm trying to remember what like stuff is needed here. That story, that story, that story, that story, story. That's all story. Then you've got max weapon, gestures, sorceries, miracles, pyromancies, hexes. A bunch of covenant stuff. I don't know if that's just for like one covenant or every covenant. And then there's another like, there's some other like random achievements. I see, but in like look, in DS2 there are actually achievements tied to NPC quest lines. There are a lot of quests here that are actually like tied to.
Forgive me. How goes your... I know not what you seek.
I completely forgot that PlayStation like records when you get trophies. Yes, there's a ton of NPC quest ones. And then just die. Yeah, I can't remember if this one is like all covenants or just one covenant. Like, I can't remember if you need to max out every single covenant for this one, or if it's only one. But this one is probably the one that takes the longest. I think it might be every. I think this might be every covenant, but I'm not certain. Yeah, the video thing might be a PS5 thing. Well, there's probably also an option somewhere, but it might like be a PS5 exclusive thing. Well, no, I think this might only be one covenant, but then you need other covenants for like the miracles and things. I think that might be what it is. So I know you definitely need to max out 2 that I remember taking a while to farm. Not an awful amount, but like say nowhere near as much as DS3, but they still took a while. Gesture, I can't remember what you need for gestures.
What? But brave you.
You need to talk to a scorpion dude
I have, but still.
at some point. So, but yeah. But yeah. Yep, good old scorpion dude. In DS3 would be cool to platinum, but I do not have the patience. I do not have the patience to platinum it. But yeah. Honestly, I know this was a bit of a shorter stream in terms of like what we actually did, given that I basically just did like 3 runs, or like 2 really short ones, then a full run of Sekiro, and that was basically it. But I'm probably going to call it here. Because, you know, I could practice stuff, but I kind of also need to make save files before I practice stuff. Like, save files are pretty important, so I need to make sure I have all the, like, consumable levels correct. So I'll need to do that. But yeah, I guess tomorrow we are going to be starting all memories. Oh boy. I mean, it will be fun though, because at least that means that tomorrow we'll be able to just do complete runs, you know? There's not going to be any of this resetting in the first 10-15 minutes. As we know, resetting the first 10-15 minutes, because we're just starting out, we're going to be able to do like complete full runs and just see how it goes. Yeah, I will need to make a new hit tracker for it, but yeah, no resetting, it's just going to be complete runs, so honestly, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I think I am going to call it there, so we finally got the run. We finally actually got the run. Hang on, is this gonna do anything dumb? No. It's a program. Oh, it's gonna do something a bit dumb there. It's basically a program. So it's just like one of these, and then you can just like add another, I can just make another like thing. It's had one for sure, one for the other ending. So I can just make another thing for all memories. But yeah, we are going to be done. So thank you all for watching. We finally got the fucking run after God knows how many weeks. And tomorrow it is time to start another pain. So hopefully we'll see you all there. So that's all, and take care. See you tomorrow.